Hey, what's going on, good people? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Oogie, 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 oogie. Who knows that song? That's one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite rappers, artists coming up as a youth. And it's Saturday, heading to a work event supporting nutrition. Seeing Ancestral Table. And just heading there. So this is a whole new setup for me. I finally got that stand, and look at the stabilization on the video. It's high quality stuff right there. High quality. So yesterday I did some reflecting as the sun was setting. I live here in Arizona and we have some beautiful sunsets. And as I was reflecting, I was kind of doing some meditating because I wanted answers to a question of like, how can I attract the type of people I need to reach out to and connect with that also connects with my purpose. So I was just meditating on that, and I'm going to continue meditating on that. It's going to be a process. And that's a whole other story. But let's just get into it, because if not, I'm probably going to forget. When you're meditating, or I'll just speak from personal experience, when I'm meditating and I'm trying to get answers, it takes some days, maybe even a couple weeks. But this process of meditating, I feel, is very helpful, especially for those big, deeper questions that you can't just like think about the top of your head. Like, you want like a really refined, raw answer, not the surface level type of response, but something that's truly deep. That's when I rely on meditating. So as I was meditating, something else came up and I wanted to talk about that. And this is how the thought appeared to me, or came to me. And I'll say this often. I'll have like these fully formed thoughts. Okay, bear with me as I get on the freeway. It's gonna get loud. A Civic Power, that's that VTEC, okay? Respect. Sports inspired with the budget. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can chill out there. So this is how the thought fully came to me. And that thought was, the time to learn to walk on water isn't when you're drowning. Something like that. I don't think that's how it appeared to me or how it came to me. It's like, when you're drowning, that's not the time to walk on water. That's the time to find someone who can. I think that second one was more reflective of how the thought came to me originally. So, like, when you're drowning, that's not the time to learn to walk on water. That's the time to seek the one who can walk on water, to help you get to that next level. And I think sometimes we just flounder. We struggle, and we struggle when we don't have to struggle. Like, if we just give and submit to the one who can get us to where we're trying to go, man, it'll be so much easier. And incoming movie reference, but have you guys seen the movie Evan Almighty? So in the movie Evan Almighty, the Evan's wife, she has this moment with Morgan Freeman's character who plays God, and basically, if you know the scene is about prayer and kind of like these personal challenges and trials that people go to. So when people pray for courage, God doesn't just give that person courage, he gives them a test and a situation to build courage. When people pray for patience, God doesn't just give patience, he gives a situation, a test, so that person can build patience, and so on and so on. So having that in mind, I used to pray for a lot of things like patience and wisdom. Well, I still pray for wisdom, but patience and things like this, faith, and then I got those tests, and then as a joke, but serious, but still a joke, I was like, I'm not going to pray for that kind of stuff anymore, because those tests and situations do come. I'm scratching my head because I'm like, man, this applies to me. I'm just going to put all my faith in God and put all my faith in the one who I know can carry me through. That's all I need. I don't need all the other stuff. I don't need courage and faith and patience. Well, I need faith, but I don't need patience and all this other stuff, courage, and like, just, I'm going to give everything to God. Like, if that's all I need to do, like, that's an easy answer to every test. And I think, you know, who can understand the mind of God? Yet, I feel like if you look at God as a father, he wants his children to, of course, rely on him, but also grow and just like know like where they get their strength from as they're on their journey, and then eventually they'll be able to stand on their own 2 feet. But when you need help, that's what I'm talking about. When you need help, you got to know where your source is, who your rock is. Don't forget, and that's in the good times and the bad times. I think it's easy for us to do that, or easier to do that in the bad times when things get tough. But when things are easy too, just everything is like, give it to God, all that. It's going to be in good hands if you give it to God. Anytime, any situation. So you don't have to learn how to walk on water when you're drowning. When the time comes when you are in that situation where it's like, I'm ready to learn to walk on water, you'll have went through everything and learned the lessons to be able to do that and then help somebody else. But if you're in the situation right now where water's over your head, you need help, reach out to the one who can help you. Man, you got the Saturday drivers out here. They're just moseying. I don't know about y'all, but the left lane, that's the lane I drive in the most. That's for faster traffic. People abuse this lane and they just take their time. And then next thing you know, you have all these backed up lanes because you have someone that's not doing the speed limit or barely doing the speed limit all the way in the left lane. Like, that's for the right lane. Y'all get over there. What did Ludacris say? He said, if you do the speed limit, get up out of my way. Well, this will make for an interesting video. This will be like the first kind of like talking head driving one, and I think it helps my thoughts flow better, if I'm being honest. And I don't have to worry about looking at myself. That's another thing, because when I look at myself when I talk, I like freeze up. I'm like, who's that talking? I don't know. But that's part of like today's reflection encouragement. And for me, again, I'm looking for these answers to build the community. The community I'm looking to build are people that want to improve their health, but also improve in the areas of like personal growth. I've been able to realize that that's an area of life for myself that I really have a spark for. So I want to do more of that. So right now it's like the videos, getting the vision out there. But I want to have some products. I have 2 book ideas, and I need to get working on them. So they may not be like long, like 300-page books, but hey, they're going to be packed with value, very dense for what I have in there. And so this first one, I do feel comfortable. Well, okay, there's 2 book ideas. I'm going to talk about the first one like very briefly, but the first one is called Ditch the Diet. Now, this book has been an idea for a long time. And I'm about ready to upgrade this to something tangible. I have a outline that I have not worked on in a long time. So again, I'm ready to put into that consistently. That way it can help benefit those out there looking to improve their health. So that's that. This other book idea, it's going to be a series of books. And I can only share just the first part because that's what I'm only allowed to at this moment, because I'm still getting the structure for everything else. But I know it's going to be a series. I know it's going to have a bigger roadmap to it. And this first series of books basically has to do, or the first of the series of books has to do with the ability to positively influence yourself and positively impact yourself. That's basically what it's about. Understanding and getting to that point where you can be a positive influence to yourself. And this is for the person, the individual who may feel kind of stuck. They feel like they're wanting more out of life, and they just don't know how to get themselves unstuck. So, and this is something I can relate to a lot because I was there at a point in life too, and that's why this message is important to me. It resonates because it wasn't until I found out these answers that it really gave my life direction and like I'm not gonna say like an end point, but it gave me something to aim towards with that direction as well. So putting this all together, there'll be one of maybe 3 or 4 series of books. So yeah. Anyways, this video is teetering on 15 minutes. I'm going to upload as is because this is a part of the Essentially playlist, which again is just unedited, raw, just the thoughts out there. So let me know what you think in the comments. What are some things that, in this video, whether it be, when you're drowning, find the one who can walk on water. Like, did that resonate with you? I know that hit me pretty hard. What about, ditching the diet, that book I'm working on? Is that something you'd be interested in? Again, I'm trying to build things, an environment for this community. And within that environment, I want resources for all of you. As a registered dietitian, of course, the health will be there. And then my personal mission is to help people grow as a person. So let me know in the comments what you think. I look forward to growing this community. We're almost to 60 subscribers. We're on our way to 100. This is really important, really big, because We are in here. This is our thing. So when you join this family, when you join this community, you know that you have other people just like you, just like us. We're trying to better ourselves one day at a time. We may not have it all figured out, but we're working towards it, and that's what counts. So, all right, good people. Until next time.